Gulf of America. That's a priority. Changing it from the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. You potato. What's happening? What's happening? What are we doing?
Emotional, damn it!
We're making the Gulf great again. That's what we're doing. Woke feminists are melting down because President Trump wants to annex Greenland, retake the Panama Canal, turn Canada into the 51st state, and rename the Gulf of Mexico. Renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America is a double whammy. First, it reclaims American greatness. Secondly, it means that liberals aren't going to want to swim in it anymore. Now the only thing they'll be able to float in is a pool of their own tears.
I love how we're like, we would like healthcare or maternal and paternal leave or, I don't know, less in schools. And Trump is like, we're going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America and also maybe take Greenland.
I doubt she knows that Biden is still president. I doubt Biden knows.
I bet none of you even considered or thought about Greenland. You didn't give a damn about the country. Most of you probably didn't even know it existed at this point until he brought it up, and now you have to have it. Isn't marketing such a suggestive tool? But good luck. At this rate, he's probably going to get us into a war, and that's going to be the end. You're going to still sit there and go, no, he was right, as we lose absolutely everything in this country. The next 4 years are going to be...
Wait, she thinks if we get in a war with Greenland, we're going to lose everything? Stop. First of all, we're not getting in a war, but even if we did, spoiler alert, we win. Honey, we're just doing a deal. Like, settle down.
Anybody else low-key kind of like hoping that Canada gets offended enough to like I'm not saying that like we need to be at war with Canada. I'm just saying like I'd surrender. Ah.
We would never be at war with Canada. We would start and finish the entire operation before lunch. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Fine, if we can do a Patriot exchange program first to exchange the based patriots for the communists before the Civil War starts.
Every fiber in my soul. If you're a Trump supporter, I hope you step in something wet while you're wearing socks.
Me too, as long as it's your tears. Folks, let me tell you what's happening. It's tremendous. I was looking at a map the other day. We have the best maps, by the way. Really beautiful maps. And I noticed something that nobody else noticed for years. I said, why are we calling it the Gulf of Mexico? Nobody knew. I asked everyone. The generals, they didn't know. So I said, Mexico, it's not sending its best waves. So we're changing it. It's getting a new, beautiful name. The Gulf of America. The they-themities will be called manatees again, and the shrimp will be forced to learn English. And while I'm at it, I will also be changing New Mexico to New America. And Canada, you know what's happening in Canada? Total disaster. Justin Trudeau, nice hair, terrible leader. He resigned. He couldn't handle it anymore. So I called him. I said, listen, how about becoming our 51st state? Beautiful deal. I even offered Justin the governor job. Very generous of me, but he said no. Can you believe it? He could have been the governor of East Alaska, which is what I'm calling it now. The Panama Canal, that's an interesting story. Nobody knows this, but we built it. It cost us millions. Then, you won't believe this, we sold it for $1. $1. I wrote The Art of the Deal, and let me tell you, that was not a good deal. Terrible deal. And now, China's there all the time. We're going to take it back and rename it to the Patriot Canal. And Greenland, beautiful country, so much ice, the best ice. Denmark says it's not for sale. Wrong. Everything's for sale. I sent Don Jr. there to check it out. He said it's ripe for the taking. So Greenland will henceforth be known as Red, White, and Blue Land. I had a general come up to me, tough guy, lots of medals. He says, sir, they always call me sir, sir. This is the most beautiful renaming in the history of geography. Tears in his eyes. True story. Listen, folks, by the time we're done, the Northern Hemisphere will be so American that everything from the ice cubes to the maple syrup is gonna taste like apple pie. We're gonna make geography great again.
Congratulations, United States. This is what you voted for.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of...
That's right. Instead of focusing on lowering grocery prices or gas prices or creating more jobs for Americans, worrying about crime or protecting our children, overhauling our healthcare system, making it so that people don't end up on the street for a healthcare bill, tackling our growing fentanyl crisis, tackling childhood hunger, homelessness, affordability. Instead of tackling any of those issues, you're rebranding the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Not only that, you're going to spend money and resources and time to do so. This isn't patriotism. He doesn't care about you. This is about phobia.
Hey, sweetheart, Biden and Kamala are still in charge right now. Why are you making this video to Trump? All the problems in the world. Oh my God. Like, why is she making a video to Trump? Trump's not in office. Oh, and newsflash, you know he can do more than one thing, right? Like, he can rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America and then also work on our other problems. Such a funny way to admit that the whole Biden administration was an utter failure. I don't know if they realize this, but Mexico is also in North America.
Super surprised that nobody has told Trump. Nobody from his team has told Trump that the word America is a Latin word from the Italian Americas or Amerigo. I'm not sure which one's the right one, so I apologize. America was named after Americus Vespucci. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But I'm surprised it's not common knowledge here, because I went to school in Mexico and we all know that.
Who's laughing now?
Yes, we all know that America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, who was an Italian. And yes, America is the Latinized form of his name, but I don't understand why this is a big deal for you. I don't know why.
And do I think he has some sort of a aging disease like dementia or Alzheimer's? No, I don't. I think he's just insane. I think he is insane, just like HITR was. He's power hungry. He wants to rule the world. He is bought and paid for by Putiniska and Muscatina. And you're about to find out.
Stop it. Get some help.
He promised you that he would lower the price of eggs. That's why you voted for him, right? Did you vote for all this nonsense? No, of course not. And none of this stuff is going to happen, by the way. This is all just entertainment. This is all just to take your mind off the fact that he's not going to do a damn thing he told you he was going to do. When are you going to wake up? It doesn't really matter, I guess, if you wake up or not, since the damage is already done.
Beta!
If you ever wind up in a debate situation with somebody and you need a quick reference about what are the promises that Trump fulfilled, you can type in promises made, promises kept, and it should pull up the Trump White House archives. And there is a humongous list of basically all the promises that he made and all of the promises that he kept. They are huge. There's so many that he did in so many different categories. It's all very impressive. He had a very successful first term, and I'm looking even more forward to the second one.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. And it's appropriate. It's appropriate. We need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time. You have approximately 45,000 people there. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security. That's for the free world. I'm talking about protecting the free world. You look at, you don't even need binoculars. You look outside, you have China ships all over the place. You have Russian ships all over the place. We're not letting that happen. We're not letting it happen. And if Denmark wants to get to a conclusion, but nobody knows if they even have any right, title, or interest. The people are going to probably vote for independence or to come into the United States. But if they did do that, then I would tariff Denmark at a very high level.
So what, can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And can you tell us a little bit about what your plan is? Are you going to negotiate a new treaty? Are you going to ask the Canadians to hold a vote? What is the strategy?
Yeah, I can't assure you. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this. We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now.
President Trump makes some really good points as to why we need Greenland and the Panama Canal. It's for our national security. And I love how he just took out this reporter. That was vicious. I've recently changed the content on this channel from apolitical to political, so I'm losing a ton of subscribers. So when I say like, share, and subscribe, please, oh, please, oh, please subscribe. You would be helping me out immensely. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Oh, you kissing. Oh, you got kisses? Oh, not in front of everybody. Leroy, you're cute. Leroy, you're cute. Leroy, you're cute. Leroy, yes. Yeah, what is it? You're so serious. Oh, okay. I needed that. I guess I did. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bubba.